Hey everyone, 3M has been making a lot of changes in recent quarters as the company is adjusting to its business following the pandemic, following economic reopening and changing consumer behavior. So I thought I'd make a brief video highlighting what's going on with 3M stock with information straight from 3M's CEO, Michael Roman. So let's get right into the details. So the big thing that 3M is doing right now is right sizing the business. So the CEO saying we will reduce costs at the corporate center by eliminating management layers across the company, and we're reducing rooftops worldwide, including exiting our conference center in northern Minnesota. Reducing rooftops is another word for slowing or reducing office space growth or reducing the amount of office leases they have, and that could save costs down the line. Plus, it makes sense now that employees are preferring to work remotely. Some employees are coming into the office for only a couple of days a week, and so it doesn't make sense to have so much office space. So it's a good sign that they're reducing their footprint, reducing the rooftops, saving expenses while at the same time giving employees what they prefer additionally. So they plan to eliminate approximately 6,000 positions globally, and that's on top of the 2,500 global manufacturing roles reduction they announced in January. So they cut about 2,500 jobs in January, and on top of that, that wasn't enough. They said we're going to cut an additional 6,000 jobs. So that's a lot of job cuts. That represents roughly 10% of their global workforce and senior executive roles. So significant, meaningful job cuts there. And as a result, they're going to take pre-tax restructuring charges of 700 to 900 million, with approximately half of the charges to happen in 2023 and the balance to be taken in 2024. Now, if you're unsure about what pre-tax restructuring charges are, these are costs the company takes for reducing, laying off people, exiting office spaces, right? So think of this example. Let's say you have a 5-year lease on an office building, but you realize you no longer need that office building because you're going to lay off 5,000, 6,000 people, and so you don't need so much office space. But you've got a 5-year lease. Well, you can negotiate with the landlord and say, hey, let me out of this lease early and I'll pay you uh, I don't know, $50 million or $10 million, whatever fraction of that 5-year lease would be. And so add that up, and that comes up with extensive costs for 3M. But down the line, it saves the company money because it's not having to pay that office rent for 5 years. Instead, it just pays that one upfront cost to get out of the lease. Similarly, with employees, so the company might offer voluntary um, separation where it says, "Hey, we'll give you this much money if you decide to quit or move on." Or if it does indeed lay people off or fire people, then it offers them severance packages, maybe health care for 3 months or 6 months. Maybe it provides a salary for 3 months. Whatever the package is, the company takes those as restructuring charges. But then down the line, it saves the company money. How much money? Well, here the CEO says these actions will drive savings in the range of 700 to 900 million. So at the midpoint, it'll save them about $800 million annually. It'll expand their profit margins and it'll position 3M for future growth. And they estimate that half of those savings will be realized in 2023 and the other half will probably come from 2024 and 2025. If you think about 800 million, to put that figure into context, 3M's most latest annual revenue was $34.2 billion. So $800 million would be a meaningful part of 3M's overall cost structure, overall revenue structure. So it has a potential to increase 3M's operating profit margins meaningfully going forward. Now, the rest of this year, you'll probably see incremental improvement, but the bulk of the improvement you'll start to see in 2024, and the full improvement you'll see in 2025. So these are improvements being put into place now. The benefits will come later on down the road. All right, I hope that's shed some light into what's going on with these changes in 3M and 3M stock. But that's all I've got for this brief video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.